Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Aves' record. 202 and 36, I think. Some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. Whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
Devin Shaw in now for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. Shaw comes in. No record on the season. He has a couple of appearances there. Swinging a long one, y'all. That one might get out of it. It has a chance. And it's into the bleachers. Home run. Chris O'Neal goes yard. That gives Lane a 10-0 lead right there. Lane College Dragons have put up a 10 spot on Tuskegee thus far. And Tuskegee.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
This is Brian Fulford. A.D. Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Shot to third base. Great stab right there by Armstrong. And Jones across the diamond to get him out right there. What a play there by Armstrong.
Hey, look, and you can see Arias.
Welcome in to Montgomery, Alabama. Riverwalk Stadium is the site. The Small College Black College World Series is the event here on the Black College Sports Network. I'm Nick Strong. He's Brian Fulford, hanging out with Xavier, Louisiana, and Savannah State University in this elimination matchup early this morning. Last night, the Xavier Gold Rush lost to the Bluefield State Big Blue. The Savannah State Tigers kept their season alive by defeating the Edward Waters Tigers in a midday matchup yesterday. That brings us here to Game 7. It's an elimination matchup. It's going to be pretty antsy out there. And the Xavier Gold Rush, Brian, has the upper hand right now.
Well, the upper hand, as you said, Xavier has the upper hand.
They have the number one seed, rather.
Look, I was going to say, they are the number one seed, but they have played the fewest number of games in this tournament. So maybe from a health perspective or use and wear, they might have the upper advantage. But every other advantage, I think, swings towards Savannah State. What's interesting is, this is the 1 and 2 seeds. And, the odd makers coming into this tournament would have said this, Nick, might be our championship game. Instead, this is a game that's going to determine who advances and stays alive for another game and who goes home. So very surprising results, but that's the beauty of a tournament. That's the beauty of baseball. You never know.
Well, let's get right into it. Let's talk briefly about the Xavier Gold Rush. Big pitching performance last night from Blair Frederick. He'll actually be playing right field today for the Gold Rush. What did you see out of the Gold Rush last night that kind of surprised you?
Honestly, composure or lack thereof. I thought they let an incident that happened in the very beginning of the game, controversial as it was, I think it affected them. I think it affected them by things that happened later on in the game. There was some unpleasantries. There was some chippiness. It's probably not indicative of who this team has been all year and the way they have played. And they allowed a situation that occurred. We can debate right and wrong, should not have been, all day long. But the end result, it did happen. It went against them, and it affected them. And all of that happened in the midst of a great pitching performance, a performance that Nick, honestly, professionals, short of a few things that we've seen on the professional level, I don't know if I've witnessed anything like what I saw yesterday in those first 6 innings.
Stepping over to the Savannah State side of things, head coach Carlton Hardy has built a program there, went from Division I back to Division II. What do you like about his team?
I like the fact that yesterday they got production not only from the top, and we could talk all day about what Joseph Smith and Dwayne Franklin and Louis LaMarche did at the 1, 2, 3 spots. But you could argue that the 7, 8, 9 batters were just as productive. Now, some of those guys are playing in different spots today, but the 7, 8, 9 was just as impressive yesterday for Savannah State. So they've showed, and what they did show us is that they have speed, to run the base paths. They have power, and they played the more disciplined game, controlled their emotions and composure against a team that they had lost to 3 times. I mean, half of their losses were to Edward Waters. So that's what impressed me the most about Savannah State.
Winner stays here in Montgomery, Alabama. Loser goes home. It's the matchup. It's set. The Savannah State Tigers taking on the Gold Rush of Xavier University. We'll be right back for first pitch. When we return, you're watching the HBCU Small College Black World Series on Black College Sports Network.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle.
Welcome back to Montgomery, Alabama. Nick Strong alongside Brian Fulford. Let's talk about this lineup today. Xavier will take the field first. They'll be on the defensive side. Cortland Posey in the outfield from left to right with Coco Semino, Blair Frederick. On the infield from third to first, Jose Fulgencio, Antonio Rodriguez, Jonathan Santos, and Dylan Cousins at first base. Behind the dish, Tristan Rodriguez. And on the mound today, Brian, will be Nigel Mayfield here for the Gold Rush of Xavier, Louisiana.
Pretty much a solid group, from a day ago, and it'll be interesting to see what Nigel Mayfield can do, and in a sort of can he have any sort of what do you call it? Can he even come close to equaling what Blair Frederick did the other day? It'll be interesting to see.
Starting lineups here for the Savannah State Tigers from 1 through 9. What do you have here?
Joseph Smith leading off and playing left. Dwayne DJ Franklin batting second in center field. Louis Lamarche is the shortstop batting third. Max Tracy is the DH batting fourth. Philip Woolard, who hit 2 home runs yesterday, is batting fifth and playing third. Turner Davis, the catcher, at batting sixth. Cameron Diaz batting seventh, playing right. Gabriel Patcox is the second baseman, and Jaden Oden is in first. The pitcher will be Andrew Mann.
There's a foul ball swung going back to the netting. 0-2 the count here early on. Great job by Nigel Mayfield to start his contest today with strikes only. The Xavier Gold Rush, white pants, gold shirts, gold hats. Savannah State Tigers, white pants, blue jersey, blue hats. And that's a strike 3 on the outside half, and Nigel Mayfield starts the day off with his first strikeout.
Saw a lot of strikeouts yesterday, so good start by Mayfield.
That'll bring up DJ Franklin, the center fielder for Savannah State, number 7. As he steps in the box on the right-hand side, getting the signs from Coach. You had a chance to see Savannah State and Edward Waters in that elimination game yesterday. What are some of the things that you're looking for out of Savannah State early on here?
Well, already you've taken Joseph Smith and you sent him back to the dugout. That's big. Now, this is a young man who I believe was yesterday at least 3 for 3 or 3 for 4, got on base at least his first 4 plate appearances. So DJ Franklin was just as dangerous, maybe more so than Joseph Smith.
Nigel Mayfield kick fires, delivers, just misses on the outside half. His first ball of the day, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to DJ Franklin. Outfield playing straight up. Defensive lineman playing straight up. Kick fires, delivers, hit by pitch. So that gets things started for Savannah State.
And there you go. Franklin getting on base has been very big, and now Lamarche's coming up. And, you know, in this tournament,
didn't get a chance to see much of the defense last night for Xavier after the performance from Blair Frederick.
Right.
But we did see something. Great pickoff there. Almost got him. Infield playing straight up the middle, double play depth. Third baseman, that's Jose Fulgencio, playing even with the bag. Good job by Rodriguez there to block that ball in the dirt. Luis Lamarche, the shortstop here for Savannah State, batting in the 3-hole. And that's going to be a play. Gets away from the first baseman. And DJ Franklin advances to second on the ball in dirt. One thing I'm not a fan of is picking off early on in the game, Brian. You know, you're not really warm. You're not really able to get the ball over there. And he tried to pick off twice, 2 balls close to the dirt. The second one did get away, and it backfired on the Gold Rush. Runner at second base. Yes. And Luis Lamarche trying to drive in the first run here for Savannah State.
Yeah, and see, those are the kind of mistakes that you have to avoid with this top half of the Savannah State lineup.
The pitch in the dirt. Nigel Mayfield has to find that strike zone again. Struck out Joe Smith. Hit DJ Franklin. 2-0 hitters count. Lamarche will be looking fastball here. And he doesn't get 1, 3 balls, no strikes. Now, do you get the green light here early on in the game?
No, I think it's a little early to jump out there, because when you throw 3 straight balls, that's not there's a sign there that, okay, this is a pressure spot for Mayfield. Now, Mayfield may be feeling the little effects of what happened over at first during that pickoff, and then trying to head over to first base and cover a teammate. Lamarche might want to just sit back and wait on this one.
A hit to right field may do it. Blair Frederick's out there in the outfield. He pitched last night, threw 125 pitches. So let's kind of see how that works out, just in case the hit to right field comes. Will coach send DJ Franklin around third if he pokes it to the right side? Three balls, 1 strike to count for Mayfield. There's a shot down to third base. Great job by Fulgencio. Lays out with the red glove and saves a run here for the Gold Rush.
I love to see Mayfield coming over and dapping up Fulgencio on that one, because that's why they call that the hot corner, isn't it, Nick?
Yes, sir.
My goodness.
Two down here for Max Tracy. And Savannah State still threatening here with the runner in scoring position. And Mayfield's going to have to find that strike zone. It's about 6 balls in dirt now. Great layout there by Fulgencio, looking Manny Machado-esque over there at the hot corner. Shades of Brooks Robinson. There's a ground ball, swung on. Antonio Rodriguez takes it across the diamond. Another inning in here. The top half of 1. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 Tiger left on base after a half. Still 0-0. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Aves' record. 202 and 36, I think. Some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. The whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
Devin Shaw in now for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. Shaw comes in. No record on the season. He has a couple of appearances there. Swinging a long one, y'all. That one might get out of here. It has a chance. And it's into the bleachers. Home run. Chris O'Neal goes yard. That gives
Xavier, Louisiana escapes out of that last inning. The ground ball hit to Rodriguez, took it across the diamond. Let's get back into this lineup here. Going into the bottom half of the first inning, Xavier steps up to the plate. Andrew Mann on the mound for the Savannah State Tigers. From left to right, the defensive alignment, Joe Smith, DJ Franklin, Cam Diaz. Around the horn from third to first, Phil Woolard, Louis Lamarche, Gabriel Paxtott, and Jaden Oden playing first base, and Turner Davis behind the dish. Brian, get into that Xavier Louisiana Gold Rush lineup for us today.
Coco Seminole leading off and playing center field, followed up by Antonio Rodriguez, the shortstop. Third is Jose Fulgencio, and we've already seen his glove work. Batting cleanup and catching is Tristan Rodriguez. Danny Coleman is the DH batting fifth. Blair Frederick, yesterday's outstanding pitcher, is batting sixth and playing right. Cortland Posey batting seventh and playing left. Dylan Cousin, first baseman, batting eighth. And Jonathan Santos is the second baseman, batting ninth.
Andrew Mann, the pitcher here for Savannah State. 1 ball, 1 strike. His first action of the series. Ground ball swung on. Right in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Leadoff single there for Coco Seminole.
That's a good start for Seminole. He was 1 of 5, struck out twice yesterday. So it's good to see that he actually was able to get going here early.
I like to see what Coach Holloway has. Leadoff single, leadoff man aboard, speed on top of the bases right now. What are you looking for early on out of the offense of the Gold Rush?
Well, production. I mean, yesterday they got off to a good start in that game and had a couple runners on, and we know what happened, a controversial play. Ended up kind of derailing their start. So how they rebound from that today will be key.
Yeah, I didn't see much small ball from Coach Holloway last night. I would have liked to seen a little bit more. Edward Waters did it with the small ball yesterday. Savannah State did it with the long ball, 3 home runs in that elimination game versus Edward Waters. Here's the pitch from Mann. Off speed. Gets it in there for a strike. 2 strikes here on Antonio Rodriguez, a shortstop for the Gold Rush. Antonio all the way from Santa Isabel, Puerto Rico. There's a runner. And Seminole ground second, going third. He slows up. Seminole didn't really round that base perfectly. He wasn't looking at the pitch. He went for a straight steal. Didn't see that it got past the catcher. May have been able to get on third had he made the turn around second.
I think we're going to go ahead and give him that stolen base on that one.
Absolutely.
Antonio Rodriguez was 1 of 3 yesterday with a walk.
There's a ground ball, third baseman, Phil Woolard. Checks the runner, takes it across the diamond. Keeps Coco Semino at second base. One away here for Savannah State. 5-3 for scoring at home. And to bring up Jose Fulgencio. Jose all the way from your neck of the woods, Orlando, Florida.
All right.
They make plays like that down in Orlando, huh?
I guess so.
Ground ball swung on. Back to the dugout. 2 coaches ejected last night. They'll have to sit out today's game, at least the first one. They'll be back for tonight's possible elimination game versus the loser of Bluefield and Florida Memorial.
Now, those were assistant coaches, correct?
Correct. Talked to head coach Adrian Holloway after the game last night. You know, he just said sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. You got to keep moving, and that's what coaching is about. Setting a pace for your team. Can't worry about the past. And, you know, with a tournament like this, elimination on the line, every game is now an elimination game. So your backs are against the wall. And this is a good tune-up for Xavier as they get ready for the AII tournament in a couple of weeks. Excuse me, I think next week. Association of Institution of Independence. Association of Independent Institutions, actually. There's a fly ball, swung on, deep outfield. DJ Franklin under it. Makes the catch. Coco Semino makes the fake. No throw. F/8 if you're scoring that at home. And I bring up the catcher, Tristan Rodriguez. Tristan entered the home run derby yesterday. He's a switch hitter. Also, Xavier Gold Rush under the NAIA brand. Savannah State under the NCAA brand. They're playing this game under NAIA rules. Now that Xavier is the home team. So we will see courtesy runners as we saw yesterday for the catchers, just in case they get aboard. Misses outside.
Rodriguez was 1 of 4 yesterday. Struck out once.
Second baseman playing back behind the edge of the dirt. Here's the pitch. Kick fires, deliver, gets away from the catcher. And Turner Davis. 2 pass balls now. Or 2 wild pitches here for Savannah State early on. Runner at third base here, 3-0. And your power hitter, Tristan Rodriguez. I'm going to put you on the spot again, Coach Brian Fulford. Coach Brian Fulford, are you giving him the green light here trying to get that first run in?
No, sir. No, sir. You sit back and wait on this one now. Now, what's interesting, though, Xavier ranks number 1 in Division I in the NAIA in stolen bases per game, and actually are number 2 in stolen or steal attempts per game in the nation.
Man works to count the full count here. Started him off 3-0, 2 straight strikes, 1 called, 1 swinging. Semino on third. Misses low. One of the issues for Xavier last night, runners left on base, not just left on base, but also runners in scoring position. And there's the courtesy runner there. Shane Goins will be the courtesy runner for Tristan Rodriguez today. Danny Coleman, who hit 7 home runs in the first round of the home run derby last night, steps into the box with runners at first and third, and he takes a off-speed pitch for a strike.
walked twice yesterday in his 4 plate appearances, was 1 for 2.
Now, man doesn't want to throw it over there too slow. Coco Semino, great speed over there at third base. If he gets a big enough lead and Semino picks it up, he's scoring easily. The pitch. Goins takes off. High fly ball. Danny Coleman down the line. And Joe Smith makes the catch and saves 3 runs for the Savannah State Tigers. After 1 full inning of play, your score is 0-0 here in Montgomery, Alabama. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in 1 cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was.
Welcome back to the Black College World Series. I'm Nick Strong. He's Brian Fulford. 0-0 your score. Nigel Mayfield kicking, firing, and delivering here for the Gold Rush of Xavier, Louisiana. Stepping into the box will be Philip Woolard, the third baseman, and he swung out of his wrist guard there, Brian.
Hey, look, this is a young man who hit 2 home runs yesterday. Now, he also struck out 3 times. So, I mean, he's you know,
which one do you take? Do you take the home runs or do you take the strikeouts?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's in this tournament. He's actually 2 of 6 now. So, interesting to see him moved up. I believe he was the 7. I don't know if there's much difference from moving up from 7 to 5, from the 7 spot to the 5 spot.
There's a strike on the outside half. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Stays alive. Tips on the outside half. Outfield playing straight up here. Infield playing normal depth. Nigel Mayfield looking for his second strikeout of the day. And just misses on the inside. Full count here. Philip Woolard working the count as he looks to get aboard. Another foul ball. This tournament is definitely going to come down to pitching. Who has the deeper bullpen? Who has more depth? There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And throwing it down there anyway is the catcher, Tristan Rodriguez. Second strikeout of the day for Mayfield. Big Turner Davis steps in, number 37. And I see the right fielder, Blair Frederick, shifting over towards center field. The outfield will shift towards left. They'll play him to pull.
In this tournament, Turner Davis is 2 of 8, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Of course, he did hit that home run yesterday, and he struck out twice.
Here's a pitch from Mayfield. Swing and a miss. Caught Turner Davis out in front. There's a swing and a miss. Nigel Mayfield trying to show shades of Blair Frederick from last night. You put up 17 strikeouts. I think all your teammates want to try to outdo you. And just missed a bit outside. One thing I like about Nigel Mayfield so far, when he's on, he has touched corners as he stands on the right side of the rubber. You don't see that too often. Pitchers using all parts of the rubber. There's a pitch.
Yeah, with only 1 out, Turner's swinging away, and I tell you what, he's swinging towards that left field wall.
Ball in dirt, ball 4.
Yeah, Mayfield looks upset with himself that he didn't get that ball across. Feels like he gave one up there.
So let's see if Coach Hardy goes back to the NAIA rule book he used to be a part of when he was at Olivet Nazarene in Kankakee, Illinois. He'll use a courtesy runner. That'll bring up Cam Diaz, the right fielder, for the Tigers. Blocks in front, Rodriguez, too fast. Savannah State with the runner in scoring position. They're second for the day.
We call that a what? What are we calling that? Let's see, pass ball
That's
or
a pass. That's a wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
And that's number, is that number 0 out there at second base for the?
Well, it's actually
Savannah
number
State?
8. Yeah,
Number
I was
8?
actually trying to pull that up here.
There's a shot. That'll score. And the Tigers on the board here. And may have a runner hung up. No. Yes!
Woo! Wow. Well, there's one that went Xavier's way.
So an RBI single for Cam Diaz as he gets picked off at first base on the good cut.
7-5-3, I believe, if you're scoring at home.
I'll write that down.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great play. Well, first of all, it was a great piece of hitting, situational hitting, as Savannah State takes the lead. Great job by Cortland Posey to get the ball into Jose Fulgencio and to recognize that they had Cam Diaz caught up at first base. That'll bring up Gabriel Paxtot, the second baseman here for Savannah State with 2 outs, with the bases clear. Mayfield has got to get the ball across the plate.
Yeah, a lot of balls in the dirt being thrown right now by Mayfield.
Is he gripping it too tight, do you think? Or? Now he's gripping it just right, and he still missed it.
Well, I would think that when you're seeing it skip and hit the dirt at least about, 2 or 3 feet before the plate, yeah, I got to believe he's gripping it too tight.
That's a good off speed, just missed. I think they've got the right mindset. I think they've got the right strategy, trying to keep Savannah State off balance, which he is, as he works to count full. Sometimes you can be effectively wild, as they say. It works out to be effectively wild.
And he's picked up the pace a little bit, too, if you've noticed.
Strike 3.
Caught him chasing.
And that'll get Xavier out the inning. Nevertheless, they give up 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors, and no Tigers left on base. After 1.5, Savannah State won. The Gold Rush of Xavier from New Orleans, Louisiana, 0. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
The Cuvée Group is...
Welcome back to Montgomery, Alabama. Nick Strong alongside Brian Fulford. Savannah State 1, the Xavier University Gold Rush 0, as they come up to the plate and try to put some runs on the board. And they'll do it with the starting pitcher from last night, Mr. Blair Frederick, to lead things off.
Frederick is a .267 hitter on the season with 14 RBIs driven in on the year. Always interested to see whether a pitcher has an advantage, a pitcher who hits has an advantage over maybe a batter who or just a regular fielder, so to speak.
He kind of knows, he kind of has an idea of what he's going to be thrown.
Yeah, or maybe just a little something that he notices about his opponent, being someone who stands up there on that mound and, you know, has little tells. What they say, Nick, every pitcher has a tell. You just got to find it.
And there's a good piece of hitting. Right into left field, opposite field, hit. Leadoff single for the two-way position player, pitcher / right fielder, Blair Frederick. That'll bring up Cortland Posey. Cortland Posey playing left field, the one who made the perfect cutoff throw in that last inning to get the out at first base for Xavier. Another leadoff single here for the Gold Rush. Let's see how he plays it out the 7-hole. Cortland Posey, there's the bunt. Lays it down right in front, foul. And he almost took out his pitcher there, Andrew Mann. I like the offensive strategy right here. I like the small ball. Late in the lineup, trying to move over Blair Frederick with your 7-hole hitter. 7-hole hitter, obviously not your best hitter on your team. But a chance to move some runners over. Third baseman Philip Wooler in on the grass. There's a pick off to first. That'll start the defensive alignment here.
Yeah, Frederick is one of the among the probably about fifth on the team, fifth or sixth on the team in stolen base attempts and steals.
Another pickoff there by Mann. Philip Woodard trying to take away the bunt down third base line. I think it's safe to say Andrew Mann should have the first base line covered, I guess, if that's how they want to play it. The pitch swung on, high fly ball, center field. DJ Franklin, can of corn. He'll reel it in. F to 8 if you're scoring at home. One away here for the Savannah State Tigers.
Is there such a thing as a commentator's jinx? Now, I know
yes,
about
it is.
Is there? Okay, well, I won't say what I was going to say.
Don't say anything.
All right. I just want to give the people something, but I'll abide by the rules and won't say anything.
Dylan Cousins steps to the box, the first baseman for the Gold Rush. Jonathan Santos on deck. There's a pitch, swung on. Deep drive left field, Joe Smith right there. 2 away here for Savannah State. F to 7 if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, no lie. I would have liked to have seen Cousins show a little more patience there in that at bat, especially with a runner on.
That'll bring up Jonathan Santos. Jonathan Santos with the shot. That'll bring around Blair Frederick to third base. Here comes the play. And throw is not in time. So runners at the corners for Xavier.
And as soon as I say that, Nick, what happens? Santos comes in, first pitch, knocks it into right center for a single, advances the runner over to third. Great patience shown by Xavier.
Interesting situation here. Speed on the corners for the Gold Rush. Jonathan Santos, the runner at first. Frederick, the runner at third. Interesting to see if Holloway wants to run a first and third, a double steal here. With Coco Semino, the leadoff man in the box.
Now, they had that opportunity in the first and didn't use it. So let's see if they take advantage of it here. One of the top teams in the country when it comes to stolen base attempts and steals in a game.
Man starts him off ball outside. Middle infield playing straight up, not double play depth actually. So I'm assuming second baseman is going to have to take the throw here. Here's the pitch, runners off and no throw.
Yeah, wasn't the greatest pitches to want to throw to second on, and I think you're just going to let him have that stolen base anyway.
Runners at second and third now for the leadoff man, Coco Semino. 1 for 1 on the day with the single in his only at bat. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 at 85 miles per hour. It feels so good. We look at the scoreboard on something like that for the radar gun. And Andrew Mann touched 85. There's a pitch on the inside half, just missed.
It's a big at-bat here for Semino and Xavier. I mean, once again, just by the fact that here we are in the second inning and you're already at the top of the lineup, you've had runners on, 2 outs. You need to get a lead here if you can.
Strike 2. Full count here. Runners to stay put. We'll see what Semino does with it. There's a ground ball right back up the middle. That'll score 1. Here comes Jonathan Santos around third. The throw, he's safe.
Great at bat there by Semino. 2 RBI single, right back up the middle. Well executed. Great job by Savannah State on the infield. But just a great piece of hitting there by Semino. Took the count full and then gives Xavier the 2-1 lead.
And that is the first lead for Xavier this weekend. So let's see how Coach Holloway handles being on top right now.
That is interesting, yeah. First lead of the tournament.
Antonio Rodriguez steps into the box. 0 for 1 of the day with the ground out to third base in this first at bat. Coco Semino with speed on first base, already with a stolen base on the day.
Semino leads this team in stolen base attempts and steals.
Man works out the stretch with the high knee kick. That's a shot. Deep drive, left center field. DJ Franklin there makes the catch, and never do it here for the Gold Rush. But they score 2 and take the lead over the Tigers of Savannah State. We'll be right back. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
The XULA Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call XULA.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
This is Brian Fulford. A.D. Drew and I are
Jaden Oden, Joe Smith, DJ Franklin, the 3 batters coming up here for Savannah State as they trail by 1 run. The Xavier Gold Rush of New Orleans, Louisiana leads this contest 2-1. In that last inning, Brian, looks like Xavier finally got over the hump, took their first lead of the weekend, finally hit that hump of trying to get runners in and runners in scoring position.
You talked about the number of runners left on base from the previous game. I mean, they've already left 3 on, so it's good to see that they were able to produce some runs with so many people getting on the base pads.
Jaden Oden leads off the top of 3, his first AB of the day. Swing and a miss. Nigel Mayfield trying to pitch also from ahead. There's a shot down the right field line. Fair ball! Jaden Oden rounds first. Looks to second. Coach waving him to third. Here comes the throw. He's safe. A leadoff triple here for the Savannah State Tigers, and Jaden Odom dives into third base.
Outstanding piece of running. Great recognition there by Odom. Good speed, too.
Savannah State down 1. Corners playing in. And there's a shot center field. That'll get the job done. Coco Semino makes the catch. Makes the throw, and Savannah State has just tied this contest at 2.
And that's what Joseph Smith does. Great contact hitter. Did a great job of getting the teammate in. Tell you, the top of the lineup for Savannah State. Doing work once again.
1 away here as DJ Franklin steps into the box. You know, one thing I'm looking for as a coach with a runner at third base, I'm looking for something in the zone I can drive. And Joe Smith did just that. Just misses outside. DJ Franklin was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Ball 2.
Franklin's had a very busy tournament. All over the stat lines. Runs, RBIs, stolen bases, sacrifices.
Here's a ground ball. Swung on third base. Jose Fulgencio gathers, balances, makes the throw. 2 away here.
Does a great job of staying with the ball. Gets his feet set. And puts it in a good place for his first baseman, Kuzin.
Luis Lamarche, the shortstop, who lined out to Fulgencio in his first plate appearance. And misses high there, did Nigel Mayfield. Great day out at the ballpark. Nice weather down here in downtown Montgomery. We walked over here. Sun was out. Wind was blowing. There's a high fly ball on the infield. Antonio Rodriguez says he has it. And that'll do it there in the top half of 3. Savannah State ties it up, though, at 2. As Xavier comes back to the plate when we return in 30 seconds. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. A.D. Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Welcome back to Montgomery, Alabama. Savannah State 2, Xavier 2. Brian, let's recap what's happened so far in this contest. Xavier got off to a hot start. Savannah State, doing their job on the offensive side. What are you seeing from both teams so far today?
Well, I would say right now you're getting both teams seem to be getting their runners on the base pads. So that's the first positive. Xavier seems to have shaken off any bit of rust or bad juju that was hanging over their head from yesterday, and I think that's how big the last inning was for them. And this is a little bit of what Savannah State did yesterday to Edward Waters. They just slowly pick you apart, a run here, run there, and then they're going to look to explode later if you let them.
Jose Fulgencio steps into the box, flied out to center field in his first plate appearance. Hard swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. What do you like out of Andrew Mann? What has he been doing so far? What has his strength been for the Tigers?
Mann's doing a good job of just throwing strikes right now. 22 of his 36 pitches, have been over the plate or fouled. So, I mean, that's a positive. He's not putting as many in the dirt, I would say, as his counterpart.
Fly ball swung on, out of play right side. Back on the street behind us. I like the glove Fulgencio uses. Haven't seen a red glove in a while. You don't see a red glove.
I was going to say a while. When was the last time you saw one?
I haven't seen one in a long time. And that hit him.
I believe that's the second hit batter
today. One for Mann and one for Mayfield. That'll bring Tristan Rodriguez to the plate, the catcher. So the third leadoff man aboard here for the Gold Rush. Semino in the first inning, Frederick in the second inning, Fulgencio in the third. 2-2 your score, and there's the slow pickoff move. I think Tristan Rodriguez may have the green light right here. I don't think we'll see any small ball at this point. And just missed inside. Philip Woolard playing deep third. Some steps behind the bag. Infield playing double play depth. And hits the strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew Mann sitting 79, 82 miles per hour. He's touched 84, he's touched 85.
Fulgencio will run if you give him an opportunity.
There it is. Got him picked. Here's the throw down to the shortstop. Gets away into the outfield. And the Tigers had Fulgencio hung as Jay Noden couldn't make the throw over to Louis LaMarche.
Yeah, that error on the first base, man. That's one of those plays where you finally got him, you got him picked off, and then you just let him advance.
That's the guy you wanted. The pitch from Mann. Shot back to the shortstop. Hops makes the play. No. It kicked off the shortstop's glove, and Gabriel Paxtot got to it, tried to make the play, but just couldn't throw out Tristan Rodriguez.
Do you think they were a little distracted with trying to make the play at second base?
Yes, because I know they were just, well, I think more so Paxtot wasn't, LaMarche was. Paxtot was running towards the ball. He happened to be in the neighborhood, which was a good thing. So I'm going to give him a hit on that. Runners at first and second. No outs here. Danny Coleman flied out to left field in his first at bat. Was a part of that home run derby last night, and great derby there, by the way. Here's the pitch. Starts him off with the strike. Outfield playing straight up. Here's the pitch. Swung on, right side, behind us here, over the net. Fans out here catching a baseball game today. A lot of kids out here. I think they got the excuse letter from the doctor today.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful day to take a day off from school. Not that we encourage any kids to skip.
Ground ball, third base. Woolard tags the bag. Looks at it and makes the throw over to first. And he makes the out. Danny Coleman didn't run.
Well, wait a minute. What? Yeah, I
Danny
wondered that.
Coleman thought it was a foul ball off his foot. And we have the same.
Oh, my goodness.
Sort of the same scenario as last night where a call was made, wasn't made. Coleman thought the ball hit off his foot.
Be interesting.
So they're going to talk about it here.
We have a replay on that as the officials or the umpires.
Well, nevertheless, great job by Woolard to get the ball, tag the bag, and make the throw anyway. That would be a double play. Runner left at second. Goins, the courtesy runner, advances to second on that. And now the umpires will talk about if it hit off Danny Williams' foot. I didn't see it hit off his foot there. And whichever call they go here is going to be.
They're saying that is a double. I think they're saying that he's out. That's a double play.
Well, so they're saying it didn't hit off Danny Williams' foot.
No, and he just stood there. Coleman stood there and hit into that double play. So that's going to go down as
he can't go back to first. He's going to second because it was a ground ball.
Right. He's
at second.
He's at the right spot in second.
So double play, 5-3.
Wow.
Great play by Philip Willard. Now I'm lost about what's going on here. Here it is, 2 outs, and Blair Frederick steps to the box. However, Danny Coleman has to understand that he has to run everything out until the umpire says it's foul. Blair Frederick with a single in his first at bat. Andrew Mann using the high leg kick to deliver to the plate. I haven't seen a good old slide step from him just yet. Pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Plays like that shape the outcome of this contest. There's a shot in the right field. Will it fall fair?
Yes, it will.
It does.
Timely hitting by Frederick.
Goins comes around and scores. Frederick with the RBI, the 2-out RBI single. And that'll give the Gold Rush another lead here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
How about Frederick doing work here already with a single, and then comes in with a double RBI. Can I put him on the watch list for a tournament player, tournament MVP already? I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't know how far. Xavier's got a ways to go, but he's on the watch list.
There's a ground ball to the first baseman. Jaden Oden makes the play, tags the bag. The Tigers give up 1, and they'll come to the plate, and they'll try to tie this game at 3 or possibly take the lead at 4. We'll be right back. You're watching the Black College World Series here on the Black College Sports Network.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose. And
Welcome back to Riverwalk Stadium, Montgomery, Alabama. It's the capital. And the Gold Rush have the lead 3-2 over the Savannah State Tigers. As number 12, Max Tracy, steps into the box.
Xavier already with 3 runs, 6 hits, left 4 on base. But it's still only a 1-run game right now.
There's a slider in there for a strike. Same pitch right in the dirt. Nigel Mayfield so far, 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, and 2 hits. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Mike Tracy goes down swinging after he chased high. Not a good swing there by Tracy.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I think the pitch before set that one up where he got caught looking, and he Mayfield came right back with that pitch and caught him.
That'll bring up Phillip Woodard. Woodard made the double play last inning. Woodard struck out in his first plate appearance. Takes 2 strikes.
Mayfield's coming right back at him.
I think Mayfield has a reddish glove as well. They must go to the same glove dealer. Fulgencio and Mayfield.
They know a guy who knows a guy.
They know a guy who knows a guy. There's a shot right back to that glove. 1-3 if you're scoring at home. That same glove, man, that we just talked about, made a play.
Good glove work, as you saw right there on the replay by Mayfield.
And I bring up number 37, Turner Davis.
Davis had a good plate appearance last time. Was able to walk, really went deep into the count.
Yeah, he took it to full count.
And he took some deep cut. He took some big cuts too.
Well, he's a big guy. See if he can put one in the outfield somewhere. And he didn't want to swing right there. He did not swing as the check. 2-0 to count.
Some serious off-speed pitching here by Mayfield.
Hitters count. But he didn't want to swing there. Not a good 2-0 pitch to swing at. You don't want to swing at too many off-speed pitches at 2-0. I like how Mayfield stands to that right side of the rubber. High leg kick. Ground ball down third base. That's fair. Turner Davis rounds first. He's going to go 2. Here's the play. He's out. No. Maybe safe.
No, he's out. That was Davis. He did his best job there to try to take that one. Great job by the left fielder Courtney Posey coming over to throw that one, because that would have been a single had Davis stayed. I see his coach coming over to talk to him. I don't know if he missed the signal on that, and just an excellent play there at the end of it.
3 up, 3 down. Xavier still leads this one 3-2. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College.
It was a monumental game for A&M and Tampa. It was a monumental game. Somebody had to lose, and thank God it was them this time.
We knew it was going to be a battle. Look at Jake Aves' record. 202 and 36, I think. Some off-the-wall figures.
And nobody would play him because they didn't want to take a chance of getting beat. But the truth of it is,
over 46,000 tickets. Blacks were sitting in the east stands. Whites were sitting in the west stands. And the score wound up 34-28.
The only thing we proved that we wasn't inferior, that we were not inferior, and we were not afraid.
For one night, for 160 minutes, we was better than them.
Devin Shaw in now for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. Shaw comes in. No record on the season. He has a couple of appearances there. Swinging a long one, y'all. That one might get out of it. It has a chance. And it's into the bleachers. Home run. Chris O'Neal goes yard. That gives Lane a 10-0 lead right there. Lane College Dragons have put up a 10 spot.
Here we are, Montgomery, Alabama. Nick Strong alongside Brian Fulford. Xavier will send Dylan Kuzan, Jonathan Santos, and Coco Semino to the plate this inning, as they still lead this contest 3-2. Dylan Kuzan, 0 for 1 on the day, flying out to left field in his first plate appearance. And that was fouled off the catcher, Turner Davis. Turner Davis took one yesterday.
Mm-hmm. You can see him limping there a little bit.
Catchers really get beat up back there, man. Catchers really get beat up back there.
Oh, yeah. See how much time he gets to kind of collect himself.
And I think he's ready.
He's definitely not in any hurry. I don't know if I'd be either.
But we do have 2 more games today. His cousin takes a ball on the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. There's a shot right back up the box. Takes Andrew Mann down to his knees. And another leadoff base runner here for the Gold Rush.
Yeah, man put his glove up, and it just skimmed. I mean, it was hit so hard that it just went right over the top of his glove. Now Santos, he was 1 for 1 with a single in his last at-bat.
And there's the bunt down the first base line. It's a drag.
Beautiful.
Nobody can get to it.
Beautiful
Great job
execution
there with the small ball by Jonathan Santos.
Beautifully executed. Just past where the first baseman was. A little bit of indecision. The first baseman, I mean, you're at one point you're thinking, who's going to come over and get this?
Yeah, great job there as Dylan Kuzan advances to second. So runners at first and second, no outs for the Gold Rush, and I would actually like to see a little bit more small ball here. Put some pressure on the defense. So far, Xavier, 3 runners left on base. They've got to collect here. No outs, first and second. Coco Semino, 2 for 2 on the day. Phillip Woodard playing even with the bag at third. Middle playing double play depth.
Dangerous.
First baseman playing off the runner behind.
Yeah, dangerous batter at the plate here.
The pitch. There's the bunt down the third base line. Willard trying to make the play. That's in fair territory. I think Willard should have let that go foul. He tried to save it, and he dove, and it backfired.
And especially
that's going to be a single here.
You're
Let's take a look at the
single?
replay right here, Brian.
Well, that first hop was so high, and I think that may have actually threw him off. You're giving him a single on that, though, huh?
Oh, absolutely. So bases loaded, and Antonio Rodriguez to the plate. And that'll bring out head coach Carlton Hardy to talk to his pitcher, Andrew Mann. Let's recap so far this inning. Dylan Kuzan led off with a single. Right back up the box, Jonathan Santos drag bunt down first base, and he executed it just to where nobody had a chance to get to it. Brought the first baseman off, didn't know whether he wanted it. The pitcher kind of ran over there, but he couldn't take it, and another bunt right behind him in Coco Semino down the third base line. You think we'll see 4? You think we'll see another bunt here?
That would be surprising. Antonio Rodriguez, only 1 of 5 in this series.
And 0 for 2 on the day, so he's struggling today at the plate.
I would think with no outs, you give him an opportunity to swing away. Let him get his confidence going.
Middle playing back, corners playing in. Here's the pitch, swung on, down the third base line, foul.
Now, I'm not going to lie, what's also in play is, given some of the control issues that Mann had earlier, will not be surprised by a wild pitch or a pass ball.
And misses just high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
So Mann needs to do a great job of putting that ball over the plate. And then, we've already seen Turner Davis a little limpy, a little gimpy. You don't want to have him having to go chase after the ball.
There's the shot down to third base, and he is out.
Yeah, it
hit him in foul territory. Good job. Was the runner third base. That's Dylan Kuzan. I thought it hit him in fair territory, but it hit him in foul territory.
Yeah. Okay, because he was standing out in foul territory.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fortunate break there for Xavier.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not surprised they let Rodriguez swing away, given the fact that his struggles.
Got to bring up Jose Fulgencio. 0 for 1 on the day. Flied out to center field and a hit by pitch in his last at bat. There's a strike off speed, a little high.
Fulgencio's a .355 hitter on this season. So this is the guy you definitely want up.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. It's the guy you want up if you're Coach Holloway in the Gold Rush, correct?
Correct, correct, yeah. Savannah State, on the other hand, yeah, this is the guy you don't want to see.
It's a shot right back up the middle. Definitely scores 1. Here comes Santos around third, and he'll stay. Ball gets away. Santos scores. And the Gold Rush extend their lead by 2, make it 5-2.
And I was watching, and that worked out just right because there was a little hesitation there by the second baseman, by Santos, and who came across the plate. So what are we going to have on that? That's most likely going to be.
That's going to be an RBI single. Now, if you notice on that play, Andrew Mann backed up the play, but he needs to be further behind the catcher. That ball shouldn't have been able to get all the way to the fence. As Tristan Rodriguez steps into the box, the hard hit foul down the first base right field concourse. Here's the pitch. Tristan Rodriguez with runners in scoring position here. Coco Semino on third, Jose Fulgencio at second. Here comes the pitch. And foul tip. As you see the second baseman, Gabriel Paxtott, playing behind the edge of the dirt here. Savannah State will concede the run, infield playing back as they trail by 3.
And they did rule that an error, a throwing error.
Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That was not a 40 miles per hour fastball. I'm not sure how fast it was. I think the Rapsodo didn't pick that pitch up. However, Danny Coleman steps in, 0 for 2 on the day. Flying out to left field, ground out to third base. He's got 2 ducks on the pond here. There's a shot, right field, first base side, foul. Jaden Oden trying to show a little bit of his athleticism there.
I think you might tell Coleman, anything that's hit, make sure you run the first base this time.
Grounded into that double play last time. Swing and a miss.
Big cut.
No balls, 2 strikes. Man delivers. Still 2 balls, still no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. At 85 miles per hour. Danny Coleman trying to open it up here for the Gold Rush. Kick fire delivers. Misses outside. Andrew Mann has tried to touch corners today. He's tried to do it with finesse, Brian Fulford.
Already up to about 69 pitches. This will be pitch number 70.
Swung and a miss, strike 3. And the Savannah State Tigers save a couple of runs.
Beautiful off-speed pitch there by Mann. Great job of getting out of the inning. 2
runs, 4 hits, 1 error. 2 Gold Rush members left on base. After 4, they lead 5-2. We'll be right back. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in 1 cup with Earthblend Coffee.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
For 200 years, Montgomery.
Heading into the top of the 5th inning here from Montgomery, Alabama. Brian Fulford and Nick Strong here. Savannah State coming to the plate, trailing 5-2. Give a shout out to our good friend, Dr. Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Charles Bishop and Mike Washington. Another great show last night in the lab, 6 to 7 Central Time. That's 7 to 8 Eastern. As I'm sure they have broken down the SWAC championship game in every way possible. Great interviews earlier in the week with the head coaches, Doc Gamble and Connell Maynard. And there's a shot by Cameron Diaz towards center, gathered up by Coco Semino, 1 out.
I know Dr. Cavill.
Well, he's in your neck of the woods down there in H-Town.
I know Doc Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
Saw him out at the TSU baseball game last weekend. Brought his bodyguard out with him. I play a little baseball with him. Deuce the bodyguard. That'll bring up Gabriel Paxtot, the second baseman, 0 for 1 on the day, struck out on his first at-bat. Nigel Mayfield still kicking. Nigel Mayfield so far 4 innings pitched. 4 Ks. And 3 hits.
Yeah, it may not be the sexy pitching performance that we saw from Frederick, but it's been very efficient. Very efficient. Practically 2-to-1 on the strike-to-ball ratio.
Misses inside. There you go with the announcer's jinx again.
I tell you, man, every time, every time. This guy's making me look bad out here. Here I am trying to.
No, I think it's the other way around.
Huh?
I think it's the other way
Well,
around.
you think it's the other way around. I'm going to say
There it is. Whoa! Ball 4. Look good from where I'm sitting, but also we're sitting 300 feet away up top.
Yeah.
Still one pitch away here. Double play in order. Lefty Jaden Oden to the box, and the outfield will shift just a tad bit to the left side, or to the left-hander side, which is right field side. Actually, the left fielder, Cortland Posey, is actually coming in. He's playing shallow left field.
Oden's last at-bat was a hit right down that right field line, just on the line or just inside of the line. Fair. He took that all the way to third for a triple.
2 balls, no strikes. Jaden Oden did get the rally going last time, and Joe Smith on the RBI sac fly brought him in. There's a ground ball foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Couldn't have a more perfect day here in Montgomery. Sun is out in here in downtown Alabama. The pitch. And sort of a delayed steal there by Gabriel Paxton.
Well, he thought about it. Did a good job of getting back on that one.
3 balls, 1 strike. And just misses high. That'll probably get some action in the bullpen down there.
Tying run coming to the plate, Joseph Smith. Now here's the top of the lineup, so this could be here's a great opportunity here for Savannah State if they're going to get back into this ball game. This is the part to do it. This is all season if you want to take advantage of Xavier.
Swing and a miss. Joe Smith, as we stated, got the RBI sac fly last inning, or last at bat.
Yeah, you got to get to Xavier here before you get late into this ball game, because they don't give up too much once they've gotten a lead.
There's a shot to the shortstop. 6-4-3 double play. And the Gold Rush escape as they still hold the lead 5-2. You're watching the Black College World Series here on the Black College Sports Network.
Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to
possibly the player of the tournament, as you said earlier, Brian Fulford, Blair Frederick. He'll start the day. He'll start the inning here for the Gold Rush.
Well, look, I mean, Xavier's only played in 2 games, and we saw what he did yesterday pitching. So far today, he's 2 for 2 with an RBI, run scored, a single and a double.
Swing and a miss. Andrew Mann beat him to the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes here. Andrew Mann still going strong. Nobody in the bullpen for the Tigers. And nobody in the bullpen for the Gold Rush.
Both pitchers are into the 70 count.
In an elimination game. There's a shot to the second baseman. Gabriel Paxton all over it. High throw. And Jay Nodum has to jump to catch it, but he comes right back down on the bag in time.
Yeah, sometimes it was a good positioning there by Paxton. It was kind of already in the outfield, just past the infield dirt, which is also where he's playing right now with Posey at the plate.
Posey 0 for 2 on the day, flied out to center field in his first at-bat and closed the bottom half of the third inning with a ground ball to the first baseman. There's a shot in the left center field. That's going to get down for a hit. And Posey has his first hit of the day.
Nice shot. Hit that one right in that spot, right there between left and center.
When trains pass by, one thing I always notice is the spray paint and the tagging.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many cities those trains go through and you get to see them? I like the deaf one out there. It says DEAF. Maybe somebody tagging their name or.
Well, taggers have a name. Taggers have a style to them.
Yeah. You ever tagged?
Never.
Never?
Never. I was a law-abiding student child.
There's a ground ball through the right side. Cortland Posey around second, headed to third. He'll get in there safely. Runners at the corners for the Gold Rush.
Starting to see why this Xavier team came into this tournament number 1 as the number 1 seed, why they have the record. I mean, just a complete hitting job right now. And I really don't think they haven't cracked this game open yet. I mean, this is still a manageable game for Savannah, but got to get some outs.
Posey at third, Kuzan on first. Jonathan Santos, who stands 5'4", steps into the box. Jose Altuve like. Kuzan with speed at first base. See how Holloway wants to play it here. Here's the slow one. And I'm always going to be concerned about the slow one over the first with the runner at third, Brian.
Exactly. Can't underscore it enough. I mean, this is one of the nation's top teams in stolen bases per game and second in the country in stolen base attempts.
Here's the bunt. Looks for a squeeze. Gets away from the catcher. Posey scores. Kuzan advances to second on the wild pitch.
Yeah, that's the bad part about Mann and those slow throws over to first. And if you come across the plate with something that doesn't get across the plate, you just set Turner up in a bad spot. You just can't have that kind of mistake with runners on the corners, especially a runner at third.
Coach Holloway was going with the safety squeeze there.
See, and apparently that's the problem. Please go. Drew, back up off of me for a minute, please. Just Drew, back up off of me.
It's a wild pitch.
Posey at second. Excuse me, Posey scoring. Kuzan at second. 3 balls, no strikes to count. And ball 4. Coach Hardy is going to stick with this guy. May have some action in the bullpen. Let's see what he wants to do here. And he's going to go out and talk to his starter.
Well, you got to figure out who's available at this point. Don't forget, Savannah State has played.
This is their 3rd game.
Yeah, this is their 3rd game. So there's definitely a strategy here.
What is he telling his starter right now?
Don't let any more guys get across plate. No, I mean, look, there's a double play opportunity here, no doubt.
Right.
You can either go 3rd to 2nd, or your more traditional cover 2nd and 1st.
Coach Hardy moving pretty quick down there off that field.
But the thing is, here's Semino, though, who's 3 for 3 today. So that's what you got to worry about.
Well, let's see how he wants to run the defense. Looks as though middle will play double play depth. And the corners looks like first baseman behind the runner. Here's a pitch, strike on the outside half.
And they do send there are some guys going out there towards the bullpen for Savannah State.
It's number 5 headed down there to the bullpen. Double play in order here for the Gold Rush if they can swing it. There's a shows bunt. And Semino, as we know, bunted in his last at-bat. It was a series of bunts for the Gold Rush.
That's Ramir Vaughn, who's down there warming up in the bullpen for Savannah State.
And hits the outside corner for strike 2.
Ideally, you need man to get through this inning. I won't be surprised if that is the message that was said back at that huddle at the mound.
Ground ball, third baseman, Wolford, foul ball. Coach Holloway trying to steal one there, trying to let him know it was fair.
Yeah, I'm. What threw me off is he had on black, and I'm thinking, okay, I had to look for it, had to do a double take real quick.
And Pardney's not going to bunt here with 2 strikes. He'll be swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Center fielder not playing too far back is DJ Franklin. Left fielder Joe Smith playing back towards the warning track. Man delivers. A little high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a long train, man.
Yeah.
Is that a Bozo reference? Oh, I thought it was a A-B-B-O-Z-O. Or
the artwork is
Bozo?
Tremendous.
I like that.
Yeah, beautiful artwork. It is the longest train I've ever seen, though.
Here's the pitch, and
he hit
Coco
him.
Semino stays in there.
You hit him on the elbow? Wait a minute, what are they saying?
And wait, and there it is.
Yeah, he did hit him.
So the umpires make the right call there. bases juiced here for the shortstop, Antonio Rodriguez. Rodriguez struck out in his last at-bat. And I'm not sure. Here comes Coach Hardy. He may go make the call. He's talking to the umpire about something right now. And he actually just may be trying to get his bullpen guy a little extra time to warm up, just to be honest. You want to talk about maybe some coffee tonight, or, you know, maybe a drink or two, or, you know. Yeah, I think he was just buying some time there to get his guy warm. It's the old let me get my bullpen guy warm trick. Corners in, middle all the way back to the edge of the grass back. Corners on the edge. Here's the pitch by man to Antonio Rodriguez. And it's up in his face.
Ooh.
For ball one.
Big moment here for Savannah State. Man, need him to throw strikes, need him to get the ball over the plate.
Rodriguez, the shortstop from Puerto Rico.
I wonder how much gas man has in the tank, to be honest with you. Every pitch seems to be – there seems to be a bit of labor there in every delivery.
Here's the pitch. Swung on foul.
Okay.
And he was swinging 2-0. Had the green light there. Hitters count. Rodriguez 0 for 3 on the day.
Scoreboard.
Ground out, fly out, and a strikeout.
Scoreboard only said 41 miles an hour, but I got a feeling it was a little harder than that. That throw was a little bit harder than that, to be honest.
I think the scoreboard is off just about 30 miles per hour.
just a bit.
Just a bit. Here's the pitch. Swung on, high fly ball, out of play, foul right to the right of us. Almost knocked out camera 3. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away.
Now, he had Semino on a 2-2 count, and he hit him. So.
And one thing that the Xavier batters are doing, they're standing up in the plate. They're close towards the plate. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball, right side, may drop down, foul. Would have been trouble for Savannah State.
Yeah.
And could have scored at least 2 for the Gold Rush.
I would have gone 3. That might have emptied the base pads, to be honest with you. If it would have hit on that line where it was going. Because you got to remember, Seminole has speed, and he's at first.
Right.
So.
Kuzan at third. Santos at second. Seminole at first. Rodriguez in the box. Full count. Here it is. The payoff. Andrew Mann. Kick, fires, and delivers. Swung on, high fly ball, infield fly rule.
Ooh.
And 2 away here for the Tigers.
Not easy, was it? Not easy. I think he wanted to put it. I think the first baseman wanted to put his glove up, and then realized he was kind of maybe lost it a little bit in the sun.
Andrew Mann may be looking at his last batter right here, with the switch hitter Tristan Rodriguez on deck. Here's Fulgencio, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch and a stolen base. The pitch, swung on, deep fly ball, out of play, left field. Foul.
Fulgencio, a .355 hitter. Real dangerous batter right now for Savannah.
Here's the pitch, and just missed. You got to wonder if Coach Hardy is going to go to the lefty next batter in case Tristan goes to the plate, and he'll try to turn him around and make him bat on his right-hand side. There's a pitch, fly ball behind home plate, and out on the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
I was wondering if that was going to land somewhere in a spot where Davis might try to make a diving catch.
Right. He's had some work back there this weekend. Davis has been pretty busy, man. I like him behind the dish.
That could have been the kind of play that gave Savannah some life. I mean, the energy is really down right now from Savannah State's side.
Here's the pitch. Can he get out the inning here? Fly ball, left field. Joe Smith camps under it. And Andrew Mann gets out of the jam. Xavier does score 1, but they leave 3 men on, and they lead 6-2 after 5. We'll be right back. You're watching the Black College World Series here on the Black.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Follow the Black College Sports Network and all of our shows on YouTube. You can find us at MyJBN Online and on all social media at MyBCSN1.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Shot to third base. Great stab.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Black College World Series here on the Black College Sports Network, presented by the Black College Nines, blackcollegenines.com. My man, Michael Corker, hanging out with me in the broadcast booth in Montgomery, Alabama. Riverfront Stadium is the site. Montgomery, Alabama is the city. Mr. Coker, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
How you feeling, man?
How about yourself?
I see you with your Marlins gear on, man. Are you a Marlins fan? Or?
I happen to live in Florida.
Okay.
And it was a little cool. It was 57 this morning. It's just a little bit too cold for my bones.
Now, where part of your Florida you in?
Pompano Beach.
Pompano Beach, okay.
Right on the suburb of Fort
Lauderdale. That's where
Lauderdale.
D. Bryant will be in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
He'll be at the showcase there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Talk a little bit about the Black College Nines, man. You guys been around for a little bit, and you guys promoting everything and just trying to stay in tune with the HBCU game here, of baseball.
We strictly promote historically black colleges and university. We give everybody an in-depth look of the program, the things that goes on with it, and the coaching who builds those programs and take those young student athletes and molds them. That's what Black College Nines is. We cover HBCU baseball. We're the only ones in the nation that do.
Right. Now, how long have you guys been around, and when did you all start? When did this?
I joined Black College Nines 9 years ago.
Okay.
They've been around since I think it was 15 years. And I was with Black College.
There's a ground ball to the third baseman, Fulgencio de Santos. Over the Kozan. 5-4-3 double play.
Now, I was with Baseball America for a while, but I never got credit when I was with them. And then I joined college baseball, And I was writing for someone else who got all that credit. So then when I joined Black College Baseball, I was be able to write on my own. And then I transitioned to Black College Nines, which has led me to a lot of good things.
Right.
National poll voter for the NCAA Division I.
Okay.
National Collegiate Baseball Writers and HBCU Baseball. So it's an honor that we're able to even have this discussion about HBCUs at this level.
Now, often when I look at the website, you guys do a really good job of grouping, subsetting. You have your NCAA Division I, SWAC, MEAC. You have your NCAA Division II, your SIAC, and then the CIAA just dropped baseball, but the other Peach Belt and, whichever conference those other schools are in. Then you do your NAIAs. Then you even, provide some coverage on some USCAA schools. Payne College moving to the NCCAA,
right.
And I can go on and on. I'm pretty good at that. But you guys do a good job of keeping everybody, covered and, just making sure the education is there. Because parents need to be educated nowadays. There's so much D1, D2, I only want to do this and do that. As Nigel Mayfield comes up with a strikeout on Max Tracy, we'll keep it here. There's so much education that needs to go on into college baseball. And what are the identifiers of each program in terms of governing bodies? You guys do a really good job of that.
The thing is, you have to be in contact with your official governing body, because it differs. What you can do for the NCAA Division I, you can't do to Division II.
Right.
And so on. Then when you start getting down the line of the NAIA, then the USCAA, and then the NCAA, the National Christian Coalition Athletic Association.
Yes.
Those official governing bodies have their own rules.
Right.
So you have to have compliance in place to understand. And that's where we come in, because we talk about Title X, the gender equality. Even in baseball, it's that way, because you may have an athletic trainer and you have to have the conditions for her. So baseball is a program that reaches out to all, especially at the HBCU level.
Yes.
I like it and I love it because it gives me something to report about. I'm always finding 3 things that I write about: the new stuff, the new articles, regenerating the old stuff, what the programs are still doing, and then the kids themselves. Because when you bring the kids in, each kid has a different story to tell you.
Absolutely.
There are kids that have HBCUs who should be at Howard or should be at Harvard, but because they want that HBCU experience.
Right.
When it comes to baseball, we don't always have the kids that get drafted, but I tell these kids 2 things. You can try to get drafted, or you can finish school like I did and then go have a career, a family, and a life.
Talk a little bit about what you did do, your college experience. Did you play a little baseball? Or?
Yeah, 3 years of college baseball, 1 year of college tennis, and graduate of Edward Waters College.
Okay.
I went to University of Miami School of Law. Have a law degree, but I'm not an attorney. I'm 12 hours away of getting a master's of law, which I had no incentive to do. And then there's my passion, is HBCU baseball.
Right.
And what I like about it is this event. It took me 10 years to get this event on.
Yes.
And then it was done through the help of Prentice Hill.
Yes.
Him and I got together 3 years ago, and we struggled. We almost had the HBCU in Chicago.
I remember that. That's right. 2 years ago.
Right, with Southern and North Carolina.
That's right.
And then the bad weather came, and it shut us down. And then I was going to do something for the small schools in West Palm Beach, just 2 teams. And then I was a week away from the announcement, and then COVID hit.
Oh, man.
And then I had to pay the sponsors back, which caused me to have a debt.
Right.
And then me and Princess, we just kept working and working and working. After we're now, here we are. And this is what I like about what this is bringing. It has brought me BCSN to the broadcast booth. Because when I did a game as a color commentator one day, and I did it from home on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
I realized that these guys are just as professional as ESPN,
yes,
ABC, all the sports network, Fox. I said, these guys have the talent to they just don't have that outlet.
Yes.
So I talked to Prentice, and Prentice said if they're part of the HBCUs, then they do have an outlet. And so here we are.
Absolutely. As Tristan Rodriguez in the box right now. Full count. New pitcher here for the Savannah State Tigers. And here's the pitch, high fly ball. Left fielder, actually shortstop. No left fielder's going to get it. That's Joe Smith. F-7 if you're scoring at home. You talked about your color announcing? You stepped into the box one time?
I did it one time.
Okay.
It was an experience because I had 2 veterans that I felt that were basically allowing me to tell the game that I knew what was going on in the field.
Right. Now, who was that? Who did you work with?
At the day, it was A.D. Drew and Brian Fulford.
Okay. All right. Oh, these guys. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then when they did the Savannah State game, and you could see the graphics, you can see how they had so much knowledge of the game that we decided to keep pushing and bring BCS in more into the fore because we got a lot going on in the future.
Now, are you in Jacksonville? You're Edward Waters graduate. Are you?
No.
Well, I know you're in Pompano, but did you grow up in Jacksonville? Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from Illinois.
Where?
Place called Evanston.
From Chicago.
I'm a suburb. Yeah, I'm from the suburbs.
There's a play across the diamond on the ground ball by Danny Coleman. 63 if you're scoring at home. I grew up in Chicago, South Side.
Oh, really?
Hyde Park.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
My younger brother lived in Hyde Park.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I graduated Kenwood, class of 01. Played at North Park my freshman year. Transferred out to Community College in Cali and then finished up at Texas Southern.
Oh, so you – oh, my goodness.
Small world, man.
Oh, my goodness.
You're an Illinois guy. I knew it was something about you.
Yeah.
Man. We've been connecting all weekend.
We sure have. Born and bred in Evanston.
Okay. Did you go to high school there? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd you go? Township? Or?
I went to Township.
Township, okay.
My parents, I believe, if they would have did what I thought they would have done, they tried to get me into Gordon Tech.
Right. That's the private school on the north side.
Right.
Yeah.
And
the Rams.
We believed if I had gone there, I probably would have played pro football.
I understand.
But
wow.
It didn't happen. And I don't know about you, but I'm a hockey guy.
Well, I mean, we're from Chicago. How can we not like the Blackhawks, right?
That's right. That's right.
How can we not like the Blackhawks, right?
That's right.
Stan Mikota and the old Dennis Savard, Chris Chelios, Jeremy Roenick.
Oh, pitcher just got hit.
Yeah, that was Blair Frederick, who pitched last night. I went to my first hockey game, man. They played against the Flames. They lost that night, I think, 5-2. My auntie sent us, man. And hockey was a really good experience. Now, you guys, I mean, they play some hockey down in Florida now.
Oh, yeah,
Tampa Bay Lightning doing real good. Panthers got a Stanley Cup as well.
Yes.
Down in Miami.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the Panthers don't have one.
Okay.
But the Lightning do.
The Lightning have one. Okay.
Yes.
I thought the Panthers got one recently.
I think they're doing good because they got the old Chicago coach.
Is that
Doug Quinville?
Doug Quinville, right? Oh man, he was rolling 3 Stanley Cups.
3 Stanley Cups in 6 years. Yeah.
No, I'm a sports guy, man. I'm a sports guy.
And you're a TSU graduate.
Well, you had to throw in the T, man.
You doggone right.
It's not a Southern unless it's a T in front of it, you know. And you mentioned something. You don't see many, you know, and from our area, from the Chicago area, not too many kids play HBCU baseball. I mean, it wasn't huge at a certain time when I was coming through. Now it's getting a little bit better, you know. And when I found Texas Southern, you know, I found out that there were more people than I knew that did attend HBCUs. Kenny Foreman, you know the guys up there, man. You know he attended Kentucky State. Chris Green's son, the team that went to the Little League World Series, a lot of those guys, you know, are playing
HBCUs.
I mean, so the game is growing there in Chicago. You know, there's a player for Southern all the way up from Wisconsin, I believe it is. You know, he's the starting second baseman, the guy we had him in the in the Dallas series. You know, so it's becoming more prevalent. You know, I'm just kind of excited that I'm here, that I'm talking to you. You know, you're kind of explaining your spiel, you're educating the masses, and I think that's huge because in recruiting, I coach as well.
Okay.
You know, and in recruiting, we have to educate our parents on, you know, why HBCU may be good for your son. It's not we need you to come to HBCU. It's we just want to educate you on what it is. And I think, and he hit the next batter, I think a lot of parents have been misinformed about HBCU baseball. And the more websites like, Black College Nines. I remember when I was in college in 04 and 05, I was on the team that upset Rice back in 04. We would look at blackcollegebaseball.com. You remember that website?
That's who I used to be with.
Right, there you go.
Yes,
So yeah,
Ruffin Bell ran that.
Uh-huh.
Ruffin Bell is his name. He's over at Coppin State now.
Right. So those are the websites that I had a chance to grow up on and learn the information, and talk a little trash in the chat rooms. Where we had the chat rooms and, just a chance to kind of experience it. The parents have to be educated, and I'm glad that you're here to do that today.
Well, you have to understand HBCUs. We don't have proctors. We don't have 300, 400 class loads in one setting.
Right.
Everything is small. But you're getting that one-on-one experience with that instructor, that professor. And not only you're getting that experience, at the same time, you're getting a lesson in life.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes HBCU a cut above the rest.
Now, how'd you guys do at Edward Waters? Were you guys NAIA back then when you played, or were you?
We're NAIA now.
We're NAIA now, yes, correct. They were They've always been NAIA.
Yes,
gotcha,
and they're transitioning next year, at the end of this season,
into D2.
Into D2.
Right now, when you played, were they in the HBCU conference, or were they playing in the Gulf Sun like they're doing now?
We played in the ECAU, the East Coast, and at the time, you had about 4 or 5 schools that are no longer having baseball programs.
Okay.
Shaw was one of them.
Remember Shaw.
Elizabeth City was another.
Elizabeth City.
Tennessee, not Tennessee State, but
was it Knoxville?
South Carolina State.
South Carolina State.
And this was before these programs
got rid of the baseball program.
Got rid of the baseball, and now they're like big. They're D1 now.
MEAC.
Right.
Right.
And when we played them, they were NAIA or Division 2.
Okay.
Because we used to beat, though we were NAIA, we used to beat FAM.
And there's a ground ball as the first baseman, Jaden Oden, gets out the inning for the Savannah State Tigers. We'll keep it right here, hanging out with Michael Coker up in the broadcast booth, talking about his playing days back at Edward Waters. Who are some of the names, man? Give us some names you played against. Give us some names we might know.
Well, there's a guy named Jerome Hester.
Okay.
From Edward Waters, and each year, and I think he set a record nobody talks about. Well, Edward Waters didn't do a good job of keeping stats. Jerome stole over 50 bases all 4 years, 3 of them which I was his teammate. And then there was me and Hosey Neal. With my first 2 years, I had over 50 RBIs.
Okay.
But then my 3rd year, I rode the bench.
Oh, man.
Because we had a hot shot freshman come in who could he was slapping the ball to off field.
Uh-oh.
So that kind of took me off of the plane because, you could see that the kid was clearly better than me. But, I'm like that kid that doesn't get in. It's a blowout. Coach put me in.
Right.
Didn't happen.
Oh, wow. He didn't even a blowout game.
Yeah. I must have saw 1 or 2 innings out of the 55 games we played my 3rd year.
Wow.
But my eligibility.
You guys played that many games?
Yeah,
Wow.
Back then you could play more.
Wow.
The schedule now is 55 games. What we played back then, you could play 65.
Oh, my goodness.
But at the same time, it took you away from your classroom.
Right.
And you really had to do a lot of makeup work. Now everything is online, and you have Zoom, and you have online classes. After the game, you go do your 2 hours of study, you're done.
Study hall.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
If you were behind, you had to make that work up, or you had to have the syllabus with you before. Caused a lot of guys not make the grade.
Top 7 here. Nigel Mayfield still going strong for the Gold Rush of Xavier. Philip Woodard stepped into the box 0 for 2 on the day. They trail 6-2, top of 7. Edward Waters, all the way from Chicago. Then you graduate, law school, master's, and education, and you're getting into the baseball, the journalism realm, which is my major, from Texas Southern. Working with the websites, just promoting the game of baseball, but specifically HBCU baseball. What do you think about, guys like Kerrick Jackson in the draft league and, trying to get our kids a good look at the next level?
It's about time.
Yes.
Because I'm a former scout.
Right.
I'm a former Major League Baseball scout.
Okay.
But I was never the one that made the decision. I was the one that informed the cross-checker that I think that this guy's got talent. Not talent. I think he has the necessary tools. I think that it's been a struggle for HBCUs for years because it's how Major League Baseball is set up. And this is where Carrot Jackson is a perfect person for it. Former scout before Southern hired him. Then they hire him. And then Major League Baseball saw that there's a problem.
Right.
Because being black, if you're throwing 94, 95, if Major League Baseball doesn't get you, the minor league baseball of college will, which is Division I.
Right.
They'll get you. So, and then let's look at the bigger picture here. There's not a lot of us playing the sport of baseball.
Absolutely.
So, and the cream of the crop gets taken before anything else. And it bothers me to hear how people say, well, Major League Baseball is not doing enough.
What a web gem across the diamond as Fulgencio couldn't get to it, but Rodriguez does. 6-3 for scoring at home.
That was a good play.
That was a really good play.
And it bothers me when people say that Major League Baseball is not doing enough for blacks. And when they are, you look at the RBI program.
Absolutely.
They have put in hundreds of millions of dollars in.
Chicago Ace program,
yes.
Kevin Coe.
The Urban League and the Urban Invitational. You look at the team that's playing right now, Xavier. Major League Baseball. Yes. They're funding them, and they're funding HB. And this is something that never gets talked about.
Here's a fly ball, right side. Everybody giving chase out of play.
And this is something that never gets talked about, is what Major League Baseball has done, and they're continuing to do.
It started with the Classic out in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Southern.
Yes.
UCLA, USC, and I think it was North Carolina. Was it Coppin State in that first
Coppin
one?
State, because Coppin State has been recruiting heavy out there since they went out there.
Yeah. Coach Sherman Reed out there.
Coach Sherman Reed, yes. And you look at that, and you'll see that baseball has gotten away from its fundamental aspect of HBCUs.
Right.
HBCUs got started in the 1800s. The first HBCU baseball program was Atlanta University, which we know now is Clark Atlanta.
Yes. There's a fly ball center field and Coco Semino all over it. And 3 up, 3 down here for Nigel Mayfield. After 80 if you're scoring at home. We'll keep it right here. Talk with Michael Coker, BlackCollegeNines.com. Just talking upon what MLB is doing and helping out in the college baseball community, the HBCU baseball community, talking about all the urban youth academies around the country.
Well, I think it's needed because baseball has taken a massive twist.
Right.
And what it is, that twist is, it's the scouts. Scouts are making a ton of money where they're putting on these summer programs, these summer leagues, and these wooden bat leagues, and they're taking these kids' money. Their parents are paying astronomical amounts for their kids for the summer, just to hopefully be that
hopefully
3% that makes it to Major League Baseball.
That's tough.
Now, with that being said, you take a young kid that has the tools, he might get bypassed because he wasn't in a scout summer camp.
Right.
And then he goes to an HBCU, he has to be super duper good. And I think that it's because of us accepting the glamour sports, where baseball was our sport. And then
sure was.
And then we went to football and basketball because of the sneakers, the glamour sports that is brawn, the rap music.
Right.
And we forgot the fundamental principles of the game that guarantees you contracts. And you take the kid from Notre Dame who was a #1 draft pick. Jeff Masargent was a tight end, got drafted to play pro football in the first round, and he got drafted by the Chicago Cubs in the first round. And he did something that was unparalleled. He chose baseball. They said he's crazy. But he said, if I played football, I could have a 3-year career.
That's it.
But he's had a 20-year career and made over $200 million.
Jefferson Margin, Notre Dame. Savannah State trying to keep the lead tight here as Jonathan Santos steps into the box for the Gold Rush. Urban Youth Academies popping up around the country. Miami. There was Juan Garska, who's now in Dallas. He's the Urban Youth Academy leader over there. Astros, Darrell Wade. Cincinnati, I think, is getting one. I know Kansas City is doing something. Did Cincinnati Philadelphia?
Philadelphia's
is doing something.
Cincinnati's always had.
Cincinnati, right, gotcha. Philadelphia's doing something there's something going on here in, is it Montgomery or is it Birmingham? Or is that not affiliated or?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I know Austin has something as well.
Yes.
Am I missing anybody? Compton?
No,
Compton?
The major cities.
The major cities, right.
Because Major League Baseball is in every major city, urban area. And even Major League Baseball is saying with its own analytics.
Here's a fly ball. Catcher Turner Davis turns around. Fields it real perfect. Now, where do you see this tournament going? Black College World Series, man. Who are you into here? I see Xavier got the #1 seed overall. Now, is that voted upon? The seed where the seeds, and I know 2 teams did, couldn't make it, so they went 1 through 6. Is that voted upon by the writers or?
Yes.
Okay.
Black College Nines, we have 45 pollsters across the nation. They decide our polls weekly. We vote independent of each other.
Okay.
And we ask each not to discuss their vote or discuss their deductive reasoning on who they're going to vote for, because we want you to be independent. And then when we do the seeding was based upon the poll.
It's another high fly ball by Coco Semino to the shortstop.
Now,
2 away.
Now I must note that when this tournament was seeded, we had some teams that opted out.
Right, opted out, yes.
Because we have one team who's West Virginia State.
I saw they were ranked #2 in the poll.
Yeah, and they're doing really well.
Yes.
They're doing really well. And
did they opt out? They're not playing anymore in the season, or they just opted out for this tournament?
This tournament because they're the #1 team in their conference.
Right
now. And they've said if they cancel 4 or 5 games, or if they postpone those games,
could hurt their RPI.
It could not just the RPI, but the standings, because they don't know.
Gotcha.
They reschedule to another day and it gets rained out, and then next thing you know, they could be 2 to 3 games
behind
out of first, and then they're gonna get that first or second or third seed, and next thing you know, they're out of the tournament. So I understood their reasoning.
NAIA, there was going to be an NAIA. It's originally set for an NAIA side and an NCAA Division II side.
Right.
Now, I got to put you on the spot here because I'm always a fan of the smaller schools. When you get to that, when you get to that area of next year, and I know it's probably going to be a 365-day conversation about it. Do you guys see this tournament expanding? Do you see it? Because like we talked about, Payne's going to the NCCAA. We don't want to exclude anybody outside the NAIA and anybody else that may decide to, drop from NCAA D2 or NAIA. How do we fit in everybody?
I think the same system we have now.
Okay.
I think what we're doing at Black College Nines is we're maintaining something new.
Right.
We're maintaining something that's in place, and we're maintaining the historical aspect of HBCU baseball.
Absolutely. There's a ground ball. Phillip Woodard take it across the diamond, and he'll finish this inning out for the Savannah State as they put another 0 on the board. Got to do it here. We'll keep it right here. Talking future World Series plans.
Well, the World Series was set up because HBCUs need something to play for.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Outside the conference.
Totally agree.
You win a conference tournament, and that's it. You're not competing at the national level. You're not competing against common opponents.
Right.
Or
we were lucky when we beat Rice. We were fortunate.
Yeah, but at that time, you guys had a stout team.
Yep.
You see, the goal of a program builder is to take that team and make it stout every year so that if you do have a down year, you're able to reload
Yes.
with talent and then take off and keep going.
Did you know Coach Candy, by the way? Coach Candy?
I sure
Robinson?
did. Yeah.
Yeah, great guy, man.
Yes.
Rest in peace. Great guy.
Yes. And what I like about HBCU baseball is we have so much to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
If it is the MEAC, the SWAC, the SIAC, the GCAC, the MEC,
The Red River?
the Red River Athletic Conference, that's right. I think that's one of the most rugged conferences in the nation.
Yep.
And then there's our conference where, I'm going to say something that might be shocking to you. I think Florida Memorial is going to win this thing.
Oh, wow. You're making a prediction.
Because I know what's going on with Florida Memorial. They're in the number one conference in the NAIA.
St. Thomas.
There's 5 or 6 teams that's ranked in the national poll.
Southeastern. Yeah.
Right,
that's
which
a tough
includes
deal.
one who's won the national championship.
Kaiser, I think
Yes.
Kaiser's in that conference as well. They've got 3 top 25 schools in that conference. Maybe
Weber.
4. Oh, Weber International. They're ranked 25. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have all of those conferences, but people don't know that Florida Memorial faces Major League pitching every night.
Every day, every weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So when they come into this, and it's a little bit slower, they're banging the ball like
banging.
crazy.
They're banging.
So if you're going to slow that team down, you better find somebody throwing 93, what they're used to.
Right.
That's why I think they can win this thing.
And as Gabriel Paxtot steps into the game. Now, do you get a chance to, visit Florida Memorial, get to their games, you being in that Pompano area?
All the time.
All the time, okay. Coach Tino Burgos.
Tino Burgos, oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Is Antonio Fonseca still working with those guys?
Yeah, he couldn't make the trip, though.
Okay,
he had
yeah.
he had some roof panels and air conditioning issues.
Did they have a hurricane down there?
No, it's that's a code requirement.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he had to stay back for that, and he is I don't think they know Fonseca is a former Major League Baseball most valuable player.
I didn't know you got MVP.
Yeah.
I know you used to come with the colorful gloves.
Yeah, and he
always
still
wore
does.
colorful gloves. Oh, he still does?
And he's a funny guy to talk to, but he's a good guy. You listen to him. He knows the game well.
He'll be watching the game today. I'll make sure I shout him out. You make sure you tell him you make sure you tell him to watch. I'll make sure I shout him out.
All I got to do is contact Tito Burgos.
Antonio Fonseca, man, came play with the Mets. Played with a lot of teams, actually.
Yes, he did.
Great play there by Santos, backhand.
Wow. Did you see the range on that kid?
I did.
That, in any other park, is a base hit up the middle.
Yeah. What did you like about Bluefield last night?
What I liked about Bluefield, if you remember that kid Tanner
Brandon,
the pitcher. He was in the home run hitting contest.
Yes.
He spent a lot of energy.
He
and
did.
Then for him to come back and throw 7 innings, and if you remember that one inning where he got the bases loaded, he loaded the bases.
Mm-hmm.
You could see he was clearly rattled. You could see he was struggling.
Got out the jam.
He got out the jam because he got tough and he hung in there.
Right. That's HBCU baseball.
That's HBCU baseball.
Absolutely.
You know I'm hurting, but I'm not going to give up on you.
I understand.
And he was gasping.
And had a little swag out there at the home run derby. Had a lot of swag.
Did he?
Man.
Did he? But I liked because not only in that game, but he stepped off. There was one point in time in that game where he stepped off the there was one point in time where he stepped off
and made the catch anyway. Left fielder Cortland Posey. Xavier flashing their glove today.
If you remember Tanner, he stepped off the mound, and he had time to reflect himself, and he had time to get back into his pitching, and you could tell that he was struggling at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell he was gassed. So there was that. It seemed like there was like a minute and a half where he kept going to the mound. He was ready for his windup.
Right.
And he had to step off. It appeared like it was a cat and mouse game between the pitcher and the batter.
Absolutely.
And what it actually was he was struggling to breathe.
Fulgencio makes the toss across the diamond, and that gets out the end in there for the Gold Rush. 3 up, 3 down as we keep it right here as we talk to Black College Nine's own Michael Coker. talking about Tanner Brandon's performance last night. And we'll have some more to talk today.
Well, we can't take away from what Blair Frederick.
Oh, my goodness.
did.
17 strikeouts last night.
Not just the 17 alone.
The 17 straight outs.
Right. At one point, he ran into trouble in the first inning. He gave up those 2 runs. Those 2 runs were earned, and then he settled down after that. How many times did he get himself into jams?
Twice.
Even though he struck out.
2 hit by pitcher. He had a hit by pitch area. He had 2 walks in there. And
he had 4 walks total.
Yep.
He had 2 walks. Yeah. And he had 3 times where he got the bases loaded. And each time he was able to strike him out. And that's somebody that has come back from Tommy John surgery.
Absolutely.
Former LSU
pitcher.
Standout. Now he's pitching for Xavier.
As a graduate student.
As a graduate
We talked
student.
about it. He's getting his degree.
Yes.
His extra degree. That's what it's all about.
Yes. And where is that happening at?
At an HBCU.
Thank you.
At an HBCU in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
In NOLA.
That's what they call it.
Hey, I've got to come to Miami and hang out with you sometime, man. You got to take me to a Marlins game.
At any given time. All you have to do is give me a date. We'll make it happen.
I went to Miami for my birthday a couple of years ago. Had a really awesome time. And I made time to get past. That was Ichiro's, I think, last year. That was the year D. Gordon was on the Marlins. I got a chance to catch a game Monday night. I think they were playing Tampa Bay or something. I sat out in left field. I sung at the Clevelander. Hung out by the pool in the outfield, man.
Oh, you're talking South Beach.
I'm talking about the stadium. There's a club down in there in left field. I hung out at they got the pool down there. Had an awesome time, man. Awesome time at the Marlins game. Wasn't too packed now.
It never is.
But it was just right. Derek Jeter has that team now, correct?
Yes.
And they're trying to make some changes.
Derek Jeter is the owner. The manager is
Do they have Don Mattingly still?
Yes.
Yes.
And former Yankee.
Right.
2 Yankees to be exact. Looking out
Jeter
for
and
each other.
Mattingly. Yeah.
And they're winning. They went to the playoffs this year, and I think they have a chance to go again. But they also have a woman executive.
Right, Kim.
I think it's Chin.
Yes.
See,
minorities in baseball.
That's the HBCU concept right there.
We've got to get to that point. That's a drive. Tristan Rodriguez, left field, gone. Home run, Tristan Rodriguez. 7-2 your score now, the Gold Rush lead.
Now, why didn't he do that in our home run hitting contest?
I don't know, man.
He didn't get 1 home run.
And he switched sides as well. He hit from both sides.
Correct.
That's right. He's been hot all year, man. I've been following Xavier.
The whole nation is following Xavier.
That's right. So I told you I was doing some coaching. I'll be at Wiley College in the fall, working with Coach Biggs. Doing some really good things up there in Marshall. So you talk about that Red River, and HBC baseball is gonna be okay, man.
Well, you said Wiley. Now, what's the name of their ballpark?
Coker.
Thank you.
Good old barnstorming spot, man.
That's right.
Hey, man, I'll be in Miami soon, man. I'll definitely be in Miami soon. We'll have to hook up and connect, man.
Well, at any given time, we can get together.
Yep. Yeah, D. Brown. Well, me and Coach Biggs did the D. Brown show yesterday. And he said he was going to do Pompano, I think, high school.
Yeah, that's close by.
In May 22nd. So Coach Biggs will be down there. Coach Biggs said he's going to try to make it down there. So I'm not sure what you'll be doing that weekend.
That might be a problem because we have the HBCU World Series.
Okay, when is that? And let's talk about that real quick because we got the World Series and the All-Star game coming up.
Yes.
When is the World Series going to be and where? What do we have on the bump?
I think it's that weekend.
Okay. And where is the location?
It's going to be in Frisco, Texas.
Okay, back in Dallas.
Yes.
Looks like Danny Coleman's trying to go airborne. And just to the warning track, he must have missed the weight room workout this morning. Frisco, Texas. How many teams? Four
Two.
from the
Two.
Just one from the MEAC, one from the
SWAC.
Okay,
yes.
so top dog or
it's pitting the conference against each other.
Is that after SWAC tournament, after MEAC tournament, or will it be before?
It's going to be after.
Gotcha.
Because there's that 10-day window between when the SWAC and MEAC do their conference tournaments
and the
versus the remaining non-HBCU region conference tournaments, like the SEC and the ACC.
Right.
There's that 10-day window before they start theirs. Usually they start theirs and it extends into June.
So how are we gonna pick a how will we pick a participant?
Conference winner.
Gotcha. So right. Okay. So now I see what you're saying, because it's the tournament that week off. Those teams play during the week off, and then they go into the regional the next weekend.
Yes.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Right.
Okay. Have all teams agreed to play in it so far?
So far.
Okay. Good. Gotcha. So I'll be up there. I probably have to wear my maroon and gray because I believe Texas Southern.
You guys should be. I think you're part of the broadcast.
Well, I believe Texas Southern will be in there as well.
Well, you know, I really like Michael Roberts.
I do. Mike wins.
Well,
Mike wins.
He's not having a good season this year.
Right, I know.
Because of COVID.
Yes.
You have to give him that credit. But
yes,
Mike is a coach that if he played 100 games, the first 50 he might go 20 and 25. The remaining second half, he may only lose 2 or 3 games.
He'll get it together. That's right.
He always has. He's always proven himself that way.
Grambling's the front runner in the SWAC. Well, Jackson State's the front runner in the SWAC right now. They're top dog. Well, they're top in the East. Gramblin's top in the West. What about in the MEAC? What is their landscape right now? Are you familiar with what's going on there?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much Norfolk State was in everybody's national poll to win the MEAC.
Okay.
And it didn't look that way up until recently. Now they've gotten hot, and they're playing the ball that we thought they were capable of playing. And we also thought that one of the surprise teams is North Carolina A&T, who we thought was going to win it all.
Okay, so we got the HBCU World Series the week after the SWAC tournament. One MEAC represent the MEAC champion versus the SWAC champion.
Correct.
And then after that, we've got the HBCU
All-Star.
Now, when is that going to be?
That's in June.
And that will be where?
I forget.
Okay, we'll find out. We'll
find out.
Definitely keep everybody up there. We can follow blackcollege9s.com to find out all the information, correct?
Thanks for having me, brother.
It's all good, man. You have a good one.
You do.
That's Michael Coker, blackcollege9s.com. Had a really awesome conversation. Next one, Brian, when I get to Miami, he's going to hit me some ground balls, man, and he's going to show me some of those drills that they used to do back at Edward Waters, man.
So the coach Nick Strong camp is coming to South Florida. Is that what you're advertising, Coach?
We'll see, man. We'll take a break here on the Black College Sports Network. You're watching the Black College World Series.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/.
Welcome back to the Black College World Series. Savannah State giving it one last surge. They trail 7-2. Nigel Mayfield still on the bump, trying to close it out with a complete game victory.
Amazing performance by Mayfield to still be in this game and, still giving Xavier an opportunity to keep playing.
DJ Franklin leads things off here for the Tigers of Savannah State. DJ Franklin 0 for 1 on the day, has reached base twice. The hit by pitch and a walk. 0-2 the count. Mayfield delivers. Strike 3. Off-speed pitch. Caught him looking. One away here. Xavier 2 outs away from playing in a third game tonight. I would say the 7:30 game, but you just never know around here, Brian.
Yeah, it's a tight with some tight windows.
Luis Lamarche steps in the box, takes strike. First pitch.
He's in that groove we were talking about. He just asked for the ball.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, Mayfield's getting on the rubber quickly. He's in a groove, trying to get home, trying to get this one done.
There's a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
What is it? Every time I give someone praise, it just kind of goes the other direction.
Announcer's jinx.
I'm just going to stop it.
Well, you said that you were going to stop 3 innings ago.
I did. It's hard. It's hard. I love these kids. Want to see these kids do well.
Ground ball swung on third base. Jose Fulgencio takes it across the diamond. 5-3 for scoring at home.
I hate to do the comparison thing, Nick, but, the 17 strikeout performance yesterday in a loss versus the potential complete game that we're seeing from Mayfield. Hard to – how would you compare one versus the other? Can you?
Well, I mean, in the stat line, he gets the W. I think that's what matters in an elimination game. The pitch, and first pitch strike on the outside part. Bluefield State and Florida Memorial set to take the stage next. There's a shot to right field. Max Tracy says he's not ready to go home just yet.
Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive.
If they can do that about 6 more times, they may be able to tie this contest.
Just the 4th hit of this contest for Savannah. And looking on the other side, Xavier's had 13 hits, and they've left 12 on base, Nick.
It's not been a great day for the Gold Rush. Savannah State from Savannah, Georgia. Got a chance to get to day 3 of this contest as Philip Wooler steps into the box. Wooler 0 for 3 on the day, a strikeout, and grounded back to the pitcher twice. Not something you see often.
Off speed. I want us to get the radar fixed, Nick. It's bothering me that they clocked that at 39 miles an hour.
Well, it was just 40 last inning. So he's been pitching all day, man. It actually may be 40 miles per hour.
Look at 41. I refuse to, but I don't know where they're tracking this at.
I think the Rapsodo may be off a little bit again.
We just need to go ahead and unplug and reset. Isn't that how you do it?
Well, I mean, yeah. Let's see what Roy thinks about that. He knows a lot about that. The pitch. And touches the inside corner, strike 1. I'm gonna go hang out with Coke in Florida sometime, man. He's got some good wisdom. Had a really good conversation. We'll talk a little bit about that next game. Here's the pitch. Swung going, high fly ball. Could be 3 if Rodriguez can get to it. It'd be kind of hard to get to because it was actually in the stands.
I love that these folks, there's enough space down there, people socially distancing, that they don't move for these spots. It's like nobody even thought about getting up and moving. It was like, yeah, we're just going to let that one, it's not coming near us.
Full count. Actually, full count.
There we go.
Max Tracy, he'll be taking off here on the pitch. The pitch, high leg kick, and gets past the runner.
Going to third.
And going to third is Luis Lamarche. Here comes the throw. He's safe. And that's a heads-up play by by Max Tracy. That's the play I was trying to get the Gold Rush to run in that first inning on the steal. Runners at the corners as Turner Davis steps into the box.
Well, it's a big hitter right here, and he can definitely make this an interesting game with one swing.
Turner Davis 1 for 2 on the day with the walk. He's reached base twice. Takes first pitch strike. High leg kick. High leg kick, not worried about the runner at first right now, which is Philip Woodard. He's going to concede second base. Will the Gold Rush. Davis trying to keep their season alive. There's a high fly ball, right side, may do it. Santos running over, out of play. Savannah State down to the last bullet. Elimination game here. Season on the line. The fans from New Orleans, Louisiana have rode into Montgomery, the capital, 4 hours away. Had to drive through Mobile to do it. I looked that up this morning. Here's the pitch. Strike three, and that'll do it here for the
Caught him looking.
Savannah State Tigers and the Gold Rush of Xavier.
That was the pitch that, you could have hit, but you got caught looking, and that's all she wrote.
That'll do it. Xavier takes the contest 7-2. They'll play the loser of Florida Memorial and Bluefield State. Let's recap real quick, Brian. What did you see that you liked from Xavier this afternoon?
I like the fact that even though they left 12 on base, that they got on base. So, I mean, look, 13 hits, 12 left on base compared to the day before. Those early innings were key. So a great performance. This was a composed game by Xavier. They didn't let their emotions, even when there were a few calls that maybe didn't go quite their way, they showed a great deal of composure. It's a great answer to yesterday. And you know what? Yesterday might have just been one of those things. You're itching to play. There was a lot of excitement in the ballpark because of the home run derby. And so it was a night game too. So it's like all of that kind of bubbled up, and it didn't kind of go their way.
Will we see Savannah State back here next year?
I think so. We very well could. That's a quality team, quality program, and they had a great season, and they're going to be in the hunt next year, no doubt. No doubt they will be in the hunt.
Xavier takes this one 7-2. We'll be back in about maybe we'll say an hour from now. Not sure. Next game time. We'll have 30 minutes. We'll take about 30 minutes. Bluefield State and Florida Memorial. That'll wrap things up here for game 1 of the day, game 7 of the tournament. We'll be back later. Nick Strong and Brian Fulford hanging out with you. The Gold Rush win. They over the Savannah State Tigers 7-2. You're watching the Black College World Series on the Black College Sports Network.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.